Northern pike.
Is it?
Yep. Oh, we just went.
Well, welcome to multi-species Houghton Lake, eh?
Yeah. There you go.
Let me get that. Houghton Lake Northern, guys. Hey guys, welcome to the show. John Bergsman here from Fisherman's Digest with Gary Birch, local guy from here up in the greater Houghton Lake area, and we're going to be out here today, and I'm certain this will be a multi-species show because that's just typical for Houghton Lake. Houghton Lake is filled with these great northern. They're really good to eat. A lot of people don't eat them. They almost treat them like junk fish, but they're not at all. If you fillet them out and you get the bones out of them, they're awesome fishing. We're here targeting walleye today. We'll probably catch smallmouth bass. We'll probably catch more northerns. Stay tuned here from Houghton Lake, Michigan and Roscommon County.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Kraft, the toughest built aluminum boats, bar none. Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary Spin Doctor. Lose, feel the difference. WavePro, best ride on the water.
That middle board's a fish.
This one right here, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to let that back out.
Yeah.
Well, hold it there and I'll bring this in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a fish right there. We're good then. I'll switch with you.
Little golden eye. Nice walleye.
Yeah. All right. Show that one off, Gare.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about that fishery too. That's just, is that normal for Houghton Lake?
I think so.
Yeah, just
but,
a beautiful eater
I've
fish.
heard they haven't been stocked though since like 2011.
Oh, I agree. So these are natural.
That's what they're saying. Yeah, this size is natural is what they're saying, so.
Oh, there's a fish outside board. I just heard a jump.
Oh,
smallmouth bass.
Yeah.
Hey, let me finish on what Gary was saying while he wrangles that board in. I'll get this rod back in the rod spot. But so when we opened the show, we caught a northern. Then we caught a nice walleye. Now we're definitely catching a smallmouth bass because I've seen him exit the water 3 times. Yeah. He's an acrobat, Gare.
He is.
And it's what we talked about early in the show, and that is the multi-species aspect for a vacationer or people just coming up for a few days to spend in the area, Gary. This is an awesome place to just catch everything, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I've caught everything from the rock bass and even dogfish.
And some of these fish are really, really jumbo-sized fish. Not necessarily always the walleye, but this can be a big pike, big smallie factory, can't it?
Yep.
Sorry guys, oh look at that fish go. And this is what's fun for kids as you're watching this, because these fish are just totally all over the place. And of course I get set up here, and Gary will show you this fish once we get it in, but I'm telling you what, when you've got kids and you can just put a spread of crankbaits or a spread a live bait out. And Gary will show you this one because, man, to a lot of people that's a trophy size smallmouth bass.
Yep. It's a really good size one. Probably around 16 inches anyways, you know?
Oh yeah, 16, 17 incher, but
Yep.
I'll tell you what, you know, we'll snap a picture with that of you, Gary, but as Gary holds that up, it's awesome because that whole fishery is just, I mean, you could catch a 10-inch bluegill next, right, Gary?
Oh yeah.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Angler Quest, built with purpose. Traxstech, the ultimate fishing system. Strike King, tie one on. Garmin.
Oh, that's a fish. He's still there. Oh yeah. Wow, he took the drag on a board. Well, we got one little hook, ladies and gentlemen, so we're not gonna, I already lost one good walleye today by being a little too zealous. Watch the way Gary takes that board off, just one at a time, holds that line all the way to the top to make sure you keep tension. When you're board fishing, last thing you want to do is lose tension on the fish, even for a moment. I'm going to back the drag off just because I don't want to rip the fish off. Ooh, there's that little tump of a breeze that you said you were looking for.
Oh, this one. Oh, he might be in
Yeah,
that.
he might be in it. Yeah, he is.
I should have moved that one. There he is.
Wow, did he hit that thing hard to take the drag, Gare?
Yeah, he did.
That is a nice keeper walleye. Hold that up, Gare. Now, Gary, you've been catching these right along early summer, haven't you?
Yeah, this last week I have been. Yeah.
It's been awesome. Look at that beautiful Houghton Lake fish. Leech crossways in his mouth, he T-boned it.
I know it. Well, we'll let you eat it then, buddy.
All
One
right.
for the box.
All you have to do is start cleaning something. I just started cleaning my cooler.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
I love this bottom right here. World. I got all kinds of stuff.
That's definitely a bluegill.
That is a monster bluegill. Brett, our videographer, is going to show you what Houghton Lake can be famous for, right, Gary?
Oh man.
I'm gonna be eating him, I think. Wow. Gary, show that one off. That's, yeah. Well, Betsy, my wife, likes bluegill too, but that will.
That's a dandy.
That's a dandy, exactly. And we've got a whole bunch of weeds pulling our baits back, but
Yeah, we gotta turn us out this way. Get us out
let
there.
me show you that. That isn't just beautiful. Unbelievable. You might even have a fish there, Gary. I mean, I wouldn't go against it
Oh, okay.
because that jumped back like it was a fish at one point. Well, go ahead and keep one of these for dinner. Awesome. Now, Gary might have one. I mean, this is obviously, you see what we're dealing with here. I mean, we got
Oh,
weeds.
there he goes. Rip him out of the weeds at
Yep.
times.
And that's not always a fun way to fish, for sure. But
Definitely a
It's-
walleye on there, ain't there?
yeah, a nice
Where's
one
that?
too. Or a bass.
What is that, bass?
Oh
it's a
my
bass.
goodness. Look at the size of this dog. You want to talk about weed bass? There's nothing more vivid than weed bass. That's a beauty, Gare.
Oh yeah. It's one thing, people don't keep enough bass out of here probably.
No, there's a gajillion of them. That's for darn sure. That's awesome, Gare.
Nice
That's
fish.
awesome. Look at that in the sunlight. I tell you what, Roscommon County, you guys, has 3 Great Lakes, and that's Higgins, Houghton, and Lake St. Helen, and all of them are very different. And let me let this go. Brett will show you this little fish swim off, and but that is a very, very nice bass. But I tell you what, Roscommon County, if you're talking about, and you can read, ooh, we got fish all over. While I talk, let me get these lines back in and we'll go back to Roscommon County. Stay tuned.
Fisherman's Digest is brought to you by Offshore Tackle Products, Flo-Fast, world's leading portable fluid transfer system, Drotto, catch and release boat system.
Keeper too. Here he comes.
Oh wow,
Oh,
crappie.
it's a crappie. Another species, and we're gonna love it.
Nice.
Look at this, guys. Gary, help me show.
Nice. The fish bones will catch them all.
Multi-species action, big time. Look at this one. I'll come up and show it to you because
I had it zoomed in.
I love it. I love that. Awesome. And you know what? It's another species today. Big bluegill, big crappie, nice bass, nice walleye, pike, you name it. Houghton Lake, it's got all the stuff you need. So guys, when you're looking at coming to Roscommon County, you know, one of the things you have to understand is this is not the only major lake in Roscommon County. Higgins Lake, one of the most beautiful lakes in Michigan and deep, is also in Roscommon. And then there's Lake St. Helen as well. And let's quickly go through the differences between the lakes because believe it or not, you have three very different lakes here, all within just a few miles of each other. So Higgins Lake is one of the deepest lakes in Michigan. It's one of the most beautiful. It's surrounded by sand. It's also got a very different fish population in it. Higgins has got a tremendous population of smelt. That is really a huge fishery in the wintertime. It's also got a fishery of lake trout, and those lake trout are not only caught trolling deep in the summertime with downriggers and other typical salmon presentations, but it's also a great ice fishing destination for people who like to catch lake trout through the ice. Now, if you're going to move over to Lake St. Helen, Lake St. Helen is more of a traditional cottage lake in that it's not super deep. It offers a good splash of panfish, perch, bluegills, also walleye, largemouth bass. It's really, really a fun fishery, and it's got a lot bigger fish in it than people think. St. Helen is kind of like the hidden jewel of these three. Now, Houghton Lake, everybody knows about. It's the biggest geographic lake in Michigan. It has a huge population when it comes to different species. Of course, it has streams running in and out of it, and that helps feed lots of diversity. You have a good bait population. You've got a very fishable and catchable population of largemouth, smallmouth, walleye, bluegill, perch, crappie, northern pike, you name it. This lake has it all. Not to mention the fact, as you scan behind me, even though it has a good number of cottages on it because of its sheer size, there's also there's also a lot of distance between some of the cottages. So even though it seems like it's super busy, it doesn't feel overrun. Maybe on the weekend it can get that way, but we're here on a Wednesday, and as you can see, there's a handful of boats out here on the middle grounds where we're happen to be fishing right now. But on every spot, you can go find a spot where you can get away from people and fish. So if you're looking to come here, sometimes midweek, especially during the summer, can be the best option. But check out the lakes of Roscommon County when you're making your plans for your next trip. Thanks to Gary Birch for taking us out here on beautiful Houghton Lake in Roscommon County. Beautiful fish for the frying pan. We just kept a few, just like we talk about catch and release and selective harvest. Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Destination Outdoors. We'll see you next week here on the water somewhere.
Closed captioning is brought to you by WavePro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.